I remember the fur coats of the girls returning from Miss This or That, and the chatter of frozen breath, and the hands waving overhead as we caught sight of the old acquaintances and the matchings of invitations. Are you going to the Ordways, the Herseys, and the Schultzes? And the long green tickets clasped tight in our gloved hands, and the last murky yellow coats of the Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad looking cheerful as Christmas itself on the tracks beside the gate. This is an example of characterization because Nick describes the girls. The setting is put in an old town in Chicago that Nick said he misses. The conflict is that he misses being there and he wants to go back. He uses examples of imagery to describe the place in Chicago and what it was like. His tone is rather sad because he misses being in his old town. The theme was to show how Nick misses his hometown. The thrilling returning trains of my youth and the street lamps and sleigh bells in the frosty dark, and the shadows of holly wreaths thrown by lighted windows on the snow. I am part of that, a little solemn with the feel of those long winters, a little complacent from growing up in the Caraway house in a city where dwellings are still called through decades by a family's name. The setting in the passage is based off of a place in Nick's childhood from when he was a kid. The conflict is that it's in a place in his childhood that he missed experiencing. Examples of imagery would be how he describes the street lamps and sleigh bells with the snow. His tone shows how he lacks the venture for his childhood. The street lamps, sleigh bells, and wintry setting symbolizes the fun dwellings of the Caraway house. I see it as a night scene by El Greco. 100 houses, at once conventional and grotesque, crouching under a sullen, overhanging sky and a lusterless moon. In the foreground, 4 solemn men in dress suits are walking along the sidewalk with a stretcher on which lies a drunken woman in a white evening dress. Him seeing the scenario as a night scene and the way he describes it are examples of imagery and symbolism. It also helps describe the setting and opens up a new conflict with a drunken woman at which no one knows. Overall, these 3 passages show how Nick is lacking his childhood setting.